Alrighty, so we are starting off in the basement today, and we've got a nice clean out here, but if we follow that along, we can see that over here we have our main stack, and with our main stack we have a fairly notable issue. It's this boot here. This boot was not the right size when it was originally put in. It was cut and then improperly installed. Everything is offset, and I did do this just so we could get a better look, but as you can see, that's not meeting up underneath all that wax. So we're gonna go, ooh, see, that wax is also just holding water. We're gonna go ahead and seal that up for now, but we are going to recommend that this connection here be replaced. This is not adequate. And you can see over here on this side where there's actually no wax, you just had sewage slowly trickling down. So absolutely this needs to be taken care of. We're going to go ahead and hop in to that cleanup I provided up near the ceiling, and we're going to see what we can see with the inside. Also, I did pop the lid to the septic tank, and the septic tank is very full. So in addition to the repair on the main stack there, I'm going to highly recommend that the septic tank be cleaned and inspected. Line appears to be full of grease and other debris, so I'm going to recommend that the line be hydrojetted, and we're also going to recommend that a plumber come out here and look at the grading on this, because we have either back grading or flat pitch here. This is something that can be adjusted with the straps holding up the line. 35 feet. We have 36 feet here. We have a pretty significant break. We're going to go ahead and locate that on our way back. Alrighty, there's a lot of buildup, a lot of roots, a lot of scum, a lot of grease, and the line is in fairly poor condition. So we're going to recommend that the line be cleaned and re-inspected before repair work to ensure that no further repair work needs to be done, in addition to the other recommendations we're going to push forward with today. We're definitely going to recommend that that connection at 36 feet be replaced, and that the inappropriately installed gasket on that main stack be replaced with a 4-inch sanitary tee cleanout to allow easier access into the main line below the floor and for easier access for future maintenance. Alrighty, this is our septic connection. You can see just how choked up this is with grease. It's reducing the line by about, looks like, an inch, so about 30%. It's really bad. Line definitely needs to be cleaned and probably have a second look taken at it as well to make sure that, you know, anything that might have been covered up with buildup or roots is actually properly located and addressed. Alright, we have another break here in the line at 40 feet. We can tell because this line is on 2-foot sections of concrete and clay. The concrete here has split. There's 1 foot up that way. There is a joint, and then a foot back this way, there is another joint. That tells me that this area here that has sort of cracked unevenly is failure of the line. Alrighty, we did this locate. Turns out that the sewer line does not meet minimum depth requirements in Colorado. Your external line needs to be at least a foot deep. This line comes in at just about 10 inches. So with repairs, we're going to recommend that the line be taken a look at as a whole and make sure that it meets health and safety guidelines across the board. Make sure that's all done after cleaning so we get a full view of the line. Transition point at 32 feet cannot be fully inspected at this time due to heavy webs. So we've got some cobwebs or spider webs here. They're just sort of blocking the way and we can't really get a good look at this area. Something to note about the grade of the sewer line here is that between the grading or poor grading of the internal line and the debris that was inside, flushing a toilet from here was able to back the line up all the way back to here and have everything come out. That should not be the case. You shouldn't be flushing a toilet and backing up 3 feet before it drains. So final recommendations are to have the line cleaned thoroughly, re-inspected, make sure we're not missing anything in that cast iron and all that buildup. We need that point at 40 and 36 feet repaired, and then they need to have a sanitary tea cleanout installed on that main stack where that failed gasket is at, and have the tank cleaned and inspected to make sure that that is in good condition.